Good morning everyone, I'm Gero and welcome to Gendera, and today we're talking about this horrible little weed here. It's called a fireweed. I believe it is native to South Africa, but I'm not positive on that. But it is a noxious weed here and can do serious damage to grazing animals and can actually kill them. But it taints their milk if they're a dairy animal, but it can actually kill them if they eat it. It's really a bad weed and it can be very difficult to spot. So let's have a look and I'll show you some of the plants in situ in the paddock. As you can see, they can be quite difficult to spot until the little yellow flower comes up. And honestly, I should be wearing gloves, but I'm not. Most of the time they come up pretty easily, but the ground can be fairly hard, so they can be fairly stuck in there. But if you look out across there, it can be a bit difficult to see them. And it is really difficult to see them until you actually have the yellow flowers on them. So I've got a little pile over here right next to one that hasn't got any flowers on it yet, just so that I could find it again easily. So see that one there? I'll pick these up because now I'm over here. But it's quite difficult to spot when it hasn't got flowers. Even when it's got flowers, it can be a bit difficult to spot. So let's take that one out. So, can you see them? I'm pretty sure that purple flower over there is a problem too. But at the moment, I'm dealing with the fireweed. It is actually a declared weed in Queensland. I had problems with this horrible plant when I was at Eagleby as well. So it's... Well, I nearly walked right past that one. Did you see it? You got to tell me if you see a fireweed. Oh, look. And really, the smaller you get them, the better. And normally I would like to just chop and drop them, but I don't want to risk the flower going to seed. Oh, lost the roots on that one. It'll come back up for sure. Can you see them? Oh, I nearly missed that one. Did you see it? You can use poisons, but I avoid poisons completely as much as I possibly can. Oh, I missed that one. And a lot of times, unless you're up close, you can't see the things. So you've got to get within a metre or so. Oh, man. I really should have gloves on. And I should have a bucket. Now, it's something you need to check for regularly. My neighbour actually says she picks about 20 out of her front lawn every morning. As I said, they're quite hard to see until they flower. Oh, nearly missed that one. It's flowering. Oh, there's quite a few over here. See, fireweed is a really huge problem and it can take over very, very quickly. I think it's something like 30,000 seeds one plant can produce. I'll come back and get that pile in a minute. It's going to get too big for my hand. And I spotted a couple over here. So I'm not silly enough to think I'm going to get them all. So I'm going to try to do this paddock at least once a week. Doesn't always happen. And they're all different shapes and sizes. Oh, little bird. but that's what I came over for. One fireweed. Little bird was a bonus. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's some over there too. That one snapped off. Root stayed in the ground. Normally with other plants, I don't mind the root staying in the ground, but fireweed, and actually I prefer if the root stays in the ground, because that way it helps to feed the soil food web with all the microbiology that's in the soil. Not that there's a huge amount on this property. Hence the reason why I need to leave as much in as possible. And if I didn't go around and do this, this paddock would just be covered in fireweeds. Ah, there we go. That is a seed head of this horrible noxious plant. You have to be very careful with that one so that I don't drop off any of the seeds. Here's another little one. I don't get out here as often as I'd like to. And just as you think you've got them all, more pop up. And this little seed head is why I really should have a plastic bag or a bucket. Has to contain all those horrible seeds. They normally do. So that one was easy to spot. That one, not so much. But I'm starting to get pretty good at recognising the leaves. Ah, there's another one up there. They're everywhere. They really are a very, very destructive plant in this area. And because there are a lot of farms in this area too, and dairies, there's a lot of business that can be very badly adversely affected. And it can pretty much kill an entire herd if left unchecked. My little seed head's been disturbed. I hope I didn't drop those everywhere. I hope they've been contained by the other weeds. So this is my bunch so far. That's just in this little section of the property. This is a 10-acre property, guys. It's huge. Well, it's not huge. It's not as big as others. But it's a lot to manage to go around and pick out all the fireweeds. But if I don't do it now when they're little, it's just going to become a very, very big problem. Very quickly too. Oh, see, I nearly walked right past this one. Oh, that one's a bit tough on the ground. I should probably bring out a fork or something so that I can get the roots easier. But I have had plants that I've ripped out in the past that they've actually gone to seed just sitting on the ground because of all the soil on the roots. So that's another reason why I don't just chop and drop anymore with fireweed. Horrible, evil plant. I'm sure it has a use, but I have no idea what it is. So if anyone does know of any beneficial use for this plant, please let me know. And I believe they are working on a biological control for it, but Australia is really particular in what plants it allows in the country and what animal species it lets in, what bacteria it lets in. It's really, really particular because it can overrun us quite quickly. And we've already got a lot of problems with various feral animals and fauna. So fauna and flora, we have a significant amount of problems. So yes, but that's my haul for this morning. I'm going to go put this in the wheelie bin and I'll catch you in the next video. Remember, you're either green and growing or you're ripe and rotting. Thanks for joining me. Bless you.